Hello and welcome to the Young Turks Dream Decade. I'm Shireen Bhan. As always, we travel the length and breadth of the country to bring you India's hottest entrepreneurial talent. We will continue to put the spotlight on India's booming internet economy. On YT Gets Real, we'll bring you up close and personal with an entrepreneur who's trying to make a social impact. And on the YT Buzz, we wrap up everything that's hot and happening in the world of entrepreneurship. Before we go any further, a quick glimpse of what we have lined up. You no longer have to stand in long queues to get yourself a ticket to your favorite show, a sporting event or a movie. There are a lot of websites who are willing to do that for you. One of them is BookMyShow.com. Here's a quick disclaimer. BookMyShow.com is part of our family, that is the Network 18 family. Ashish Hemrajani has been heading things at BookMyShow.com for a few years now, and he's moved away from Bollywood and events to now sporting events, and he's got the big one, the Formula Race Grand Prix, the first ever Indian Grand Prix. He's already sold tickets worth 20 crore rupees. So we decided to send Saugat out on the fast track to find out more about Ashish.
A first mover in the entertainment e-ticketing business in India, Ashish Hemrajani launched BookMyShow.com in 1999. A virtual box office that allows users to book their movie shows at a click of a button. BookMyShow today is India's largest online entertainment ticketing venture with 90% market share. Having sold over 25 million tickets worth 650 crore rupees to date, Ashish is now turning a new page for his venture. Official ticketing partners of 4 IPL franchisees, BookMyShow.com has also tied up with JPSI to manage ticketing for India's first Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Movies really form the bedrock of most of our business for a long time. But of late, we've seen a lot more non-movie events taking place. So there's the Formula 1, there's IPL, which is a calendar event now. Yeah. There's Sunburn in Goa, there's the Champions League. We just ticketed the FIFA Argentina versus Venezuela match with Messi in Calcutta. And so these are really interesting new formats and new things that are coming to India. Especially with Formula 1. I mean, it took us pleasantly by surprise the kind of tickets that we've been able to sell in the last 2.5 to 3 weeks. Okay. So it's a natural progression for us.
Going through your website, we saw there were movies, there were non-movies, and there was also merchandise, which took us by surprise. What's the idea behind that? We see a lot of e-commerce players in India really be everything for everybody. What's the strategy behind BookMyShow taking that route? See,
the thing is that we've been able to build trust with our customers at a low price point, because movie tickets are on an average about 150 rupees. And therefore we said, here is a customer set which is available to us, which likes transacting with us. We understand the customer. What are the things that we can offer him which would engage, continue our engagement with him? Okay. And we started, merchandising Being Human t-shirts, which was natural because it's movie related. So we did the same with IPL merchandise, right? Yeah. So there were devil's horns, blow horns, t-shirts, bandanas and caps and things like that. So I think one is, of course, you start from a position of strength where you build trust and the customer comes to you, but then you have to honor and deliver, in time and do it well for that trust to continue. Right. And it's very easy to lose that trust if you don't do it well.
All right. So among your offerings, how is the portal really divided today?
The movie tickets business, which used to be 95+% a few years ago, now is about 70-odd%. It oscillates depending on which time of the year. During IPL, of course, IPL forms the chunk of our ticketing, because there aren't too many movies that get released during IPL. Yeah. With Formula 1 now coming in, I think that number can get a little more skewed because the transaction sizes are much larger.
So how big is the ticketing business in the country, and how much of it is e-commerce?
India is a really exciting market. All of us have grown up on movies, right? The overall market is about 10,000 crores per annum in terms of ticket sales. The non-movies market is about 1,500 crores, which is concerts, events, sports, which is, again, I'm talking about the ticketed market. That's the space that we're operating in. Up to today, BookMyShow has done about 650 to 700 crores worth of tickets since the time we've started. This year alone, we'll see about 350 to 400 crores worth of tickets. All right. And the total number of tickets that BookMyShow would have sold is about 22 to 25 million tickets till date.
So how many brands do you partner, and what's the revenue share with them?
The way it works is that we charge a convenience fee over and above the price of the ticket, and that is what we keep, and we pass on the entire sale of the ticket to the cinema. But as far as concerts and events and non-movie events are concerned, we get a convenience fee, or we get a commission as a part of the ticket.
BookMyShow has already raised 2 rounds of funding from Chase Capital Partners and Network 18 and booked profits for the first time last year. Growing at 40% CAGR for the last 2 years, Ashish believes the e-commerce ecosystem today is even better than in 1999 when he launched.
At that time, we were really struggling with the ecosystem. We didn't have a unified number. Like today, we have 3989 5050 where people can call. It's a single number in any city you can call, and we used to run separate call centers and separate teams in each city. So we were really a call center company. We were running 12 call centers and home delivery. We were a call center and logistics company. So in 1999, we were really struggling with the ecosystem. People were calling more than going on the web. People were asking for home delivery and cash on delivery rather than using the internet to use credit cards and debit cards and net banking.
Okay. When we speak to a lot of the e-commerce businesses in the country, they often talk about how e-commerce is going to reach where offline retail has not. But that is not true for your case, because you are really restricted to the number of cinemas that there are, to a lot of the offline play that already exists. So in terms of that, does that not really restrict the potential or the opportunity that you're really catering to?
You're right in that sense that we have to grow with the ecosystem as far as movie theaters are concerned. So one of our jobs is to sign up more and more cinema houses and then get the online business going in those cities. Today we are present in 75 odd cities in the country.
But that's just a statistical number, because the business really comes from the top 15 cities of the country where there is this whole multiplex culture, or perhaps awareness and e-commerce transactions that are really happening.
Well, if we were doing this interview 2 years ago, we would say top 4. If we did this interview a year later, we would say top 7 to 8. We're doing this interview today, it's 15. So the number is growing. Let me be honest about that. And we are present in 75. So that 4 has grown to 15 today. And like I said, it's the inflection point, and the tipping point is yet to come. So we will see many people in those markets maybe not using a computer box, but they may use a mobile phone to do the transaction. So in that sense, our job is to add more cinemas and give a better coverage in that city. The other is to try and do more events in those cities. So today there's a big lacuna in plays and events, smaller events, which is the 200-seater to 1,000-seater market.
With a target to sell tickets worth 350 crore rupees this year, Ashish is now taking BookMyShow.com on the social, local and mobile platforms. Developing apps that can be used on low-cost handsets, its apps for the Android and iStore platform have seen over 100,000 downloads to date. Riding high on online social networking, its ticketing application on Facebook, the Ticket Buddy today has 500,000 fans.
What we've done is that I can plan to buy a movie ticket which is, say, 3 months in advance. I pay for it using my credit card or debit card or net banking on Facebook, inform 4 other friends, block 4 seats next to mine without paying for them. They will get a notification in their inbox and feed saying that, hey, Ashish has bought his ticket and he wants you to go for this event with you. You can then choose to say, yeah, I want to go for it, or no, I don't want to go for it. If you choose to go for it, you can buy the ticket, buy the seat next to mine by paying using your own credit card or debit card. This took us some time, but we got it right in about 6 months.
So what's the next plan with BookMyShow? What are the future plans for the business?
We've worked very, very hard over the last 1 year on the social piece, where we had 0 fans till about a year ago, and we are now 500,000. We're doing some really cool stuff on the local piece. And then, of course, we've got the mobile. In terms of going forward, I think we are hoping to run some controlled experiments.
What are these experiments going to be like?
Well, it could be from merchandising certain products or certain things that they would like to buy, which they could add to their order. One of them being, packages that we're selling, travel packages.
You talk about mobile, and the next big bet for your business is going to be m-commerce. What's the kind of traction you've seen there, and how old has this business been for you?
See, the mobile has been in existence for about the last 1.5–2 years, but the iPhone and the Android has really been a revelation for us. we've seen it grow from 0.5% contribution to about 3 to 4% in the last 6-8 months, which has been fantastic. We've seen about 100,000 downloads on each of the 2 platforms. We're recasting some of our strategies on the older handsets. So it's going to be a couple of these things, us recasting our strategy for the lower handsets, making sure that we're ready for the sub $50, sub $60 handset, making sure that we're there when 3G and 4G packages are cheaper, maybe partnering with some mobile companies to offer that as a part of the data plan, maybe even billing tickets onto the plan, right, which is a prepaid or a postpaid plan.
It's an 11-year-old business and you've been in the ecosystem for over a decade now. As an entrepreneur, what have been your key learnings through that?
One is don't give anything free because it's never valued. Always attach a price to it, whatever that price is. The second is be persistent and stay in the game. And I guess those are the lessons that we've learned from 2002 and 2008. BookMyShow is one of the companies, very few companies that have turned the corner. We're a PAT and EBITDA positive company for the last 3 quarters. We really run a tight ship in terms of costs, and that's why we're profitable. And that to my mind is more valuable. So valuations will come and go, but if you focus on the quality of your input and just consider valuations as a byproduct to that, I think you'll be far more successful. For me, the true test of running a business or entrepreneurship or doing it for a long period of time is, the true test is, are your Friday evenings as happy and exciting for you as Monday mornings are?
All right.
And the day your answer is that both of them are equal, you continue doing what you do.
Okay.
The day you say that they're not equal, then you've got to rethink and look inward. For 11 years, both of them have been as exciting for me, equally.
Okay.
I look forward to going on Monday mornings to work.
All right, Ashish, thank you so much for joining us here. We hope BookMyShow is a bigger hit in the times to come. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you having us over. Thank you.
Ashish here is wishing you and BookMyShow.com the very best of luck. Time for a break, but when we return, a young entrepreneur who is giving India's agrarian economy a tech edge. The story of Rikin Gandhi and digital green on Young Turks.